Action. There we go.
Action.
That's how you do some button pressing.
Oh, well, at least you have the right cord plugged into the camcorder this time.
That's all that matters. Really.
I honestly kind of look forward every time, and I'm just like, okay, there's a cord running. That's good.
I don't know. I think I got it all hooked up correctly. Can you see me at home? Yeah, okay.
People from like a week from now, can you see me now?
Yeah. Can you see me now?
Can you see me now?
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Can
somebody write a comment? Yeah, I could see you.
Don't worry about it. Because
thank you.
I didn't know.
For your insight.
What up?
What were you just talking about?
I don't know.
Talking about something
we were just BSing about conversations and how people suck at general communication. And
it's true. It's sad.
They don't know how to talk.
Epidemic. They talk about obesity being an epidemic. I think that a lack of social etiquette is a bigger epidemic right now than obesity.
For me, it affects me more. Other people's fatness doesn't affect me very much, but
other than
their
your
inability to talk to me does.
Pay money into their fucking insurance through OHP or whatever.
Yeah, I guess I am paying for fat people.
You're paying for those fuckers to be fat. Because if you're fat enough, you get free insurance with them. Because you're like, yeah, because I don't know what the weight is. It's probably like 300 pounds or something. You're just considered obese, and you have a medical problem.
Oh, really?
You're disabled,
and that's Oregon Health
Oregon
plan or whatever.
But I heard that like a lot of doctors don't accept that anymore, or they're not accepting new patients because there's so many people on that plan.
Oh, really?
It's just like a problem.
Yeah, I would think that would make it difficult for doctors because
I don't know how they really get paid.
Well, they get paid through the insurance company,
yeah.
And the insurance gets their money from taxes.
So, yeah, you're paying for people to be fat.
Yeah, it's just a government-run insurance company, so I pay for anybody's issues. I don't know. It doesn't even matter what it is. If they're on that plan, I'm paying for it just like a lot of other programs. If you have a kid in school, you can thank, all the taxpayers because we're the ones providing that really mediocre service.
I know. They can't even teach people basic social skills.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's the thing is people send their kids to high schools and they go, one of their big things about the difference between homeschool and public school is the socialization process. And they think that that's fucking awesome. They're like, but what about socialization? Well, for one, people aren't fucking good at it. People they don't teach it. They don't teach people how to get along or communicate or like actually teach it like proactively. And so what are the social interactions in high school and in junior high? They're fucking horrible. They're not good interactions. They're not like helping people grow as people. They're just making people feel fucking anxious and scared, or unequipped or unintelligent or really intelligent and annoyed, or you know what I mean? Like these are social interactions that are just social interactions in and of themselves are not good or bad. They could be good or bad. They could be bad. You could have negative social interactions. So it's not like you have to send your kids off to school so that they can fucking be socialized by a bunch of fucking animals. Why not just, if you homeschool your kid, you are socializing your kid with you. You're the other social being. So you're just teaching them how to be social like you are.
Yeah.
And you're going to take them out places and interact with people in a more like controlled teaching environment kind of way, not just hey, run around and do whatever you want and be social. And then the kids who aren't social, then they're fucked.
Well, I'm saying depending on how social you yourself are, that could actually be a huge benefit for the kid because the only thing that a kid's going to learn socially from high school is they just absorb their environment. So they just pick up on all the shitty things that other kids do and then just think that that's acceptable.
Yeah, and we're all social. We have to be social. The issue is that we're not all stupid. So a lot of kids are like, hey, there's a lot of bullies over there. I'm going to stay quiet. I'm not going to interact. I'm not going to engage with a lot of people because I've had negative experiences. So they get seen as like, oh, why aren't you being social? Why don't you go to the parties and go to the dances? It's like because I'm not stupid and I don't want to hang out and do that kind of bullshit. Like it's social, but it's just negative behavior. It's just like, like skipping school and drinking and smoking and, that's social too, but I'd rather they had friends than, it's just, I don't know.
Intelligence.
People just don't think about that kind of stuff critically at all. They're just like, it's just an excuse to get their kids away from them and to like, so they can go to their jobs and all that shit.
Just go make friends. That's all I care about.
Yeah, go make friends. I don't even care.
I don't even care who they are,
go do stuff.
where they come from.
Go away. Stupid children.
Yeah, I never really socialized a whole lot in high school. I just kind of had like a small knit group that I just hung out with, and that was about it.
That's normal. That's like real life. Like in real life, you don't just go out and fucking like. It's not a political game where everyone their popularity is the most important thing. But for a lot of kids, it is because they get a lot out of it. They get protection and
there's just so much like
all that stuff.
It's like a huge investment. Like if you had like a ton of friends, that's just like all these people who are like, hey, we should go do something. You're just like, I have no time to myself. Like. That's why I have such a small. I just need like a few people to just hang out with like once a week or something, and that way I don't.
It's quality.
I'm not like running.
You have
around.
Quality, interactions or whatever, and you choose all those, So as opposed to feeling obligated or something, and I don't think you can have quality if you have too much quantity.
It's true.
Like if you have a lot of sexual partners, you probably have a lot of shitty people in your life. And a lot of risks that you're taking.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have a few, then you can manage it more.
Like a few at a time, or just
that could be.
I feel like
manageable.
if you're gambling like a few at a time, that's pretty risque as well.
That sounded homophobic. Risk gay. You at me?
No, but I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, I know. Oh, really? You weren't talking about risk gay?
No. I like homosexuals. Actually, I am.
You like them?
I'm pretty indifferent to them. Actually, I don't really care what they're doing. That's how I feel about almost everything in life. I'm just like, I don't really care what you're doing as long as it doesn't affect me negatively. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. People have opinions about things that they don't really care about. They're offended about things that don't matter at all. Like, well, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. What are they doing to you? Oh, that's right. Nothing.
You wouldn't even know about most people if it wasn't for bullshit.
Yeah.
Gossip.
You can thank the internet for knowing so much about people now because everybody's got to post every little thing that they're doing.
Yeah.
I love people who on like Facebook when they're like, oh, at fucking Denny's having dinner. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Why do you have to like post that? Like nobody gives a shit. That's why I have a hard time posting anything on any. I don't use Twitter or Facebook that much. Like I'll get on there like once a day, maybe twice a day, like on my breaks or something, just to see what's going on. And I'm always disappointed.
Well, there's like,
not a lot that was a waste of my break, I guess.
Yeah.
My mom invited me to like 3 new games, and somebody posted a picture of something and tagged me in it for some reason, and that's it.
You don't want to play Candy Crush all fucking
No. It's Pig and Dragon right now is the new big one that I get like 3 invites a day for. I don't know what it is because I refuse to look at it. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. That sounds terrifying.
Don't want to go down that.
I don't want to go down there.
Don't want to go down there. There's candy down there. And games. Candy Crush.
Candy and games. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah. So, what's new in your life? You just working, getting used to your new job?
Yeah.
Your little work face?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like it. It's
keeping you busy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it sucks on my end because you don't work for me anymore. And, no, it's been fine. I just... doing a lot more stuff and everything's changing a little bit.
I'm not there to pick up your slack, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like doing work. But it's been good.
Yeah, I'm just always busy. My days don't drag by at all. Like before I know it, it's just like, almost time to go home or whatever. Usually the last hour drags by because you realize how close it is for you to going home, and then you're just like,
you just kind of
do anything else now.
Yeah. I had like a, they say like, today's my Friday, like, because you have the next couple days off. So I had that the other day. I worked like 6 or 7 days in a row, and then I had today off, and I just did nothing for like an hour, and I was just like, I just want to fucking not be here. Can I just go home and not do something where I'd rather not do something? Because I didn't do very much anyway,
I would much rather do nothing and be bored at home.
Yeah, I'd rather have options of my entertainment than have to be here.
Yeah. But no, I am kind of like, I'm excited to go to work tomorrow, but it is like my Friday, and I've just worked the last 7 days in a row, so I feel like I'm going to get there and just be like, I'm ready to go now. I'm ready for my weekend. But yeah, it's nice because the job's still new, so I haven't gotten to this burnt out or like annoyed stage yet.
Oh yeah,
or like any kind of complacency. Like I'm still like trying to learn as much as I can. And it's all still new and exciting and.
Fucking A. So exciting.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Learning a culture of people that I'm never normally around. because I help a lot of college students who drink and smoke and do all these things that I don't do at all or have zero interest in.
Yeah. So you're just judging them all day as you see them. You're just like, you're a delinquent. You're going nowhere in life.
Yeah. That's all I think. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
You're just
why
like,
do you want all this stuff?
I'm so much better than you guys. I have a full-time job and I'm married and I pay my bills.
I just like remembering my days. I don't need to go get blackout drunk.
Oh yeah,
all the time. I don't even know why people do it. I don't.
Your consciousness is in a constant barrage of like hate and self-doubt and confusion and social pressure. And you're not like that.
No,
so you don't need to like smash your consciousness down with
I just
substances.
like working and then going home and coherently enjoying the rest of my day.
Yeah.
I think that's why I never got into any of that stuff. It's probably because I never hated my life enough where I felt like I needed to try to escape it with narcotics, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why.
Not everybody hates their life who does those kind of things, but those things can have an effect on the way they think about things. So
yeah,
they do.
Any interest.
Yeah, I don't know. People get into drugs for all sorts of reasons. I'm sure that you probably had opportunities, but maybe not as many as other people, and maybe you had a better foundation of like some people you trusted or family that didn't do that kind of stuff. So you didn't see the benefit or whatever. I don't know. It's interesting why, I'd say a good majority, over 50% of kids at least try drugs.
I think it's like that rebellious phase that you kind of go through because in school they like kind of hammer into you that drugs are bad and like smoking's bad, alcohol, like all these things are just bad. And so you're raised with the idea that they're all like, there's no benefit to them, that they're really bad for you. You see all these, like, they always have pictures in health class of, this is what your lung looks like, 10 years smoking cigarettes, and it's all fucking nasty looking.
Yeah, I remember that
one. And so I feel like that gets drilled into your head, but then everybody in their teenage years goes through that like kind of rebellious phase. So I think that some kids just try it because they're like, fuck it, fuck my parents, fuck everybody, and I'm just going to do what I want. And I just never had that phase. I was just like, I'm just going to keep listening to people. I like not being in trouble. I don't care that much.
I don't think I did. I don't think I tried things because I was rebellious. I think I tried them because I was curious and I just wanted to know for myself, like, what does it do? How does it feel? What's it like? And I just wanted to like not, I just wanted to experience it. And then I found out that it wasn't that bad. Like a lot of people drink and a lot of people do drugs and they're still alive and functioning and they're okay for the most part. Most people who do drugs and drink are functioning members of society. Yeah. They might not be the greatest people, and that's probably not as much related to that as people want to say. But then you drink some alcohol as a kid, or as a teenager, and then you're like, wait, I'm not dead. I'm not ruining my life. Yeah. I just hurt my liver a lot, in my brain
for
cells.
A little while.
And I had some fun, and all my friends are doing it, and so I want to be part of a group. So there's a lot of aspects to it, I guess. But some people just don't do it, and that's good. I mean, you just don't have those experiences, and you don't need to. It doesn't really matter.
Maybe one day.
Bad. No, you keep saying like you're gonna try something. If you haven't done it by now, you're not gonna. Why?
I don't know.
You've probably drank before.
No, I've drank before.
That's one of the the things people do, and it's not that great.
I went through like a little phase where like not like constantly, but like once a month, I would like get together with friends, and we would like drink and play.
It's like the only social thing that people do when they're in high school, right afterward.
Yeah. And then I remember on my 21st birthday, I didn't even drink any alcohol at all. Like I was just like, I don't care. Like I've already had so much that I just am like, meh.
You're like a social rebel. Like
I know
your goodness is the opposite of the normal like social expectation. Like you're weird for not doing
I know
things. But really it's just stuff that leads to like being able to think clearly and maybe be somewhat productive and make it a little bit further than your parents.
Everybody else turned 21 before I did. I was like the last one in my like little group of friends that turned 21, so I like had drank on everybody else's 21st birthdays. And then by the time mine came around, I was like I've kind of had my fill. Like I I've drank enough to know that I just don't really like it that much, and I would rather just enjoy the day.
What do I want to do on my birthday? Not what do people do on their birthdays? What
everybody's like, oh, we gotta go to the bars and you get free drinks. I'm like, I don't want to go to the bar. I've never even been to a bar. Like, I just don't.
You've never been to a bar?
No, I mean, like, in passing as a kid or something, you know, like, but it was like a bar restaurant type.
That doesn't count.
I've never gone to like a tavern
that doesn't count
and
at all.
like just like sat at a bar and ordered a drink.
Yeah.
Only because I fucking hate being around drunk people. So why in the hell would I go to that place? Like, why would I go to a place where that's all there is for the most part? It's just a bunch of drunk people. So
I know.
And so I just I feel like you go because you like that's the most common place to play pool.
Yeah, it's the only place to play pool.
And so
in this town, at least,
you're like you kind of just go because of that. And
oh
so
yeah,
you're fucking.
I don't even drink. I just get annoyed by a lot of things there. But it's really the only place to play pool. But yeah, I don't really drink anymore, and people think I'm weird. But after they get to know me, like, you know, all the people on my team, they just expect it. There's another person on my pool team who didn't drink either, but they chewed. So it was like you would like have a little cup, and there's like a piece of like a napkin on the bottom of the cup to absorb it, and then you would just be spitting in that thing. I think chewing is super gross.
It's probably
it's super gross. It's in your mouth. You're spitting it out. It's like, ugh.
And then when they like, I had guys come in the other day. It's really common in this area.
Oh,
there's like
it's
a lot
cowboy
of kind of white trashy rednecks in this area. But I had some come into the store the other day, and he's like trying to talk to me, but he's just got this fat
and
it's like affecting his speech because it's just this big, and like every time he opens his mouth, you can just smell this like minty, funky fucking smell, and I'm just like, go fuck off, like go spit that out and then come back.
It probably smells better than cigarette smoke. Somebody who constantly smokes cigarettes they smell terrible.
Yeah,
they don't realize it, but it is really gross. It's that smoky.
That used to drive me crazy when I was like younger because both my parents smoked like quite a bit. Yeah. And it just made all my shit smell like cigarettes. Yeah. So I'm like, and you don't notice it when you're in your house because everything just smells that way. But then I like would leave my house and I'm like at school and I'm just like, oh, my fucking clothes smell like stale cigarettes. This
maybe that's why you didn't have any fucking friends.
Maybe. No.
Everyone stayed away from
Everybody
you.
thought I was a fucking raging toker.
Well, no, they probably just you were like a poisonous fume that they needed to stay. They didn't know why exactly. They were just
maybe.
like, what are you? Smelly kid.
I just remember at a certain point I like didn't want my mom to do my laundry anymore. I was like, I'm gonna do my laundry because we had like this little it was kind of like a garden shed, but we had just turned it into like a room that wasn't attached to the house, and I just moved out there and I started doing all my own laundry, and I just like didn't want any of my stuff in the house anymore. So like the last 2 years of high school I wasn't even home that much because I was like working and school and doing all this other stuff, and so
independent life.
I finally didn't smell like stale cigarettes all the time.
Good,
which was exciting.
And you don't know. I appreciate that.
Now I'm like crazy about smells. Like the other day, our cat box, it smelled just funky enough where I could barely smell it while sitting in my living room, and then I just had to go dump the whole thing because at first I was like, because I was about to go to work, and I was like, I'll just deal with it when I get home. But I'm like sitting there, and I'm just like, no, I gotta go take care of it right now because it's gonna fucking drive me insane. I can't handle smells at all.
Yeah, well, that's what they're there for. They're there to like indicate like a problem, and that's why we fix them.
It just kills me when there's so many people out there who don't bathe, and then you go to like their house and it just fucking smells funky, and you're like, what?
Well, they don't notice. That's the thing about smells is they go away. You know, you get used to them so quickly that if it's your house and your stuff, and I mean, there was a point where like they just let it go. Like there was a point where like the cat peed on the carpet and they didn't do anything about it, and they noticed it, and then they didn't do anything. All the time. Okay. And then it just at that point it just piles on, and they don't even fucking notice. Yeah, man, I've had lots of very poor friends, and they had lots of stinky houses because they tend to just double down on stinky shit, like animals and cigarettes.
Yeah,
I don't know what
you just got to be extra cautious when you got those things going on.
Yeah,
I'm not even like a germaphobe. It's just like I just like things clean and that don't fucking stink. I don't even care about fucking germs. Like, whatever. I'll eat something off the ground if the ground doesn't look too gross where the thing fell or whatever. But,
Yeah, I have more of a problem with germs than with smells. I don't
really?
mind nasty smells every once in a while, probably because I grew up with lots of friends with nasty smells.
I think for me, it's just I know germs are inescapable because they're microscopic and they're fucking everywhere. So I just don't even think about it. I'm just like, there's nothing I can really do about it. Like I could hand sanitize and do all these things to like cut them down, but
right, smells are more immediate.
Yeah, it's just,
and you smell them. Yeah,
and it's something that you can actually remedy. Like if something smells,
yeah, but there's
you
a
can
little
dispose of it,
you know,
and or
I wash my
wash
hands.
it. Well, yeah, I wash my hands too.
I'm just saying, like that's pretty much all you got to do. It's not like you have to go out of your way to.
But there's just people who are like
yeah, those are fucking weirdos.
My mother-in-law is just like a crazy germaphobe. I'm just like, why? Like
also think about it.
Outside doing like gardening, you want to come in and wash your hands.
The concept of germs is a kind of a new concept. Like when your mom was a kid, they probably talked a shit ton more than with us about germs. You know what I mean? Like that's why probably a lot of older people have bigger issues with germs because it was probably, you know, like talked about in a different way. Whereas we know like it's so complicated and they're everywhere and we can deal with it in so many more different ways. So we probably just don't care.
Just wash your hands a few times a day. Just take a shower once a day. You'll be all right. You'll make
probably.
it.
I don't know. In our society, you kind of those are expectations. In a lot of other places, like taking a shower every day is a fucking luxury that you don't even give a shit about. And everyone kind of, it's like you just sort of accept the lowest expectation, right? So if everyone kind of smells, you don't give a shit. You smell, everyone smells. You know, 150 years ago, everyone smelled. It wasn't the same, and they probably enjoyed. That was fine. It was okay. It was an indicator of wherever they were at in their life or whatever.
Whenever I think
but now it's like sterile. Everything's sterile. Everything's like either smells good, like super good, like with perfumes and stuff, or it doesn't smell like anything, and that's where we want it to be. We want it to be neutral smells town, and then
or like a light, pleasant,
maybe
smell.
A light vanilla.
Not even vanilla. Just I don't even know.
I like vanilla. Lavender is really nice. I have a lavender candle. I light every once in a while by my bed.
But whenever I think about 150 years ago when people didn't bathe that often, all I can think about is how disgusting was intercourse back then. Because
go 200. I know,
just
1,000 years ago.
For some reason, that's where my mind goes. I'm just like.
Yeah, and
that would be the most
that
disgusting.
didn't stop anybody.
I know, but it because it's the norm. Like you didn't know any different. But could you imagine trying to go back and like if
I wouldn't be able to do it?
I know it'd be fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And then especially like medieval ages where they bathe like once a month. Like what the fuck?
And it was in a river with no soap. So I don't know what that would even be.
You rinsed yourself off in a fucking spring and you were suddenly clean.
Yeah. But we have different expectations, and I think for the better nowadays. Yes. I would imagine. You know, I bite my fingernails incessantly, so I am very aware of what I'm touching, and I wash my hands all the time, and I just always knew that it was gross that I bit my nails, and I have never been able to stop. So I just mitigate my risk with a lot of not like hands. I don't like hand sanitizers. I think they're really bad for your skin or whatever, but. Like I'll try to like keep my hands out of my mouth while I'm like at work and like can't get to the bathroom and stuff. But I can feel on my hands when it's starting to get dirty and I want to go wash them all the time. Still not good.
It's nice to have like a sink again to use at work because when we moved locations, we didn't have one in the back, and that was fucking horrible.
Yeah, it sucks. Especially it's funny how your expectation. I mean, like you get angry because there's not a running water bathroom in your back room of your one little tiny little place when there's a ton of bathrooms all throughout the
I know, but the bathrooms in the malls they're only pleasant in the morning before the mall opens.
Oh yeah.
And then like within 2 hours of the mall being open.
That's what I'm saying is we're so used to this luxurious like independent bathroom situation that like what the fuck? It's not that big.
It's not even so much the luxury, it's just like I can't fathom why people just don't take care of public bathrooms wouldn't bother me if people were just respectful and just cleaned up after themselves and didn't shit on toilet seats and then just leave it or like take a dump and then don't flush. Like just flush the toilet. It's not what the fuck. You're gonna go wash your hands anyway because I know some people are like, oh, I don't want to touch the toilet.
It's an indicator of a lack of empathy in general because anything that you do that you know is going to affect someone else negatively but you do it anyway is because you're not thinking about anyone else. You're not thinking about the effects of your actions.
I just have like when I urinate to make it scientific.
You're right.
Like if I get anything like on like the rim at all, I take toilet paper and like wipe it down. And
I use my tongue. I take it seriously.
Oh, you like?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't fuck
I thought
around.
I was like awesome for doing that, but
I want
really,
that back in my system.
that fucking
That
sterile.
urine. I got to get it back in me.
Keep
somehow.
my mouth clean, and
I put my money where my mouth is, and my pee where my tongue is.
you put your tongue where you pee.
I put my tongue where my pee hole goes.
But I was just that's my problem with public bathrooms is that people.
Everyone has a problem
They
with
just-
public bathrums. It's gross.
But that's like the
they're
only
terrible. But it's
people
also a
just took
stagnant fucking. Like the air is gross. That everything is gross. It's indoors. Like we're peeing and pooping indoors. We're not supposed to do that shit. Like it's going into the water, and then why there's water there, and then it goes into a pipe. What the fuck? I mean, we just would rather not think about poo and pee and stuff. And
these are the things that we need to think about.
Yeah. Well,
For
they
no
are
reason.
them. No, they are. Well, from an engineering standpoint, it's an important societal issue. Like we got to solve these problems, and we've done a pretty good job of it. I mean, sanitation is probably a problem.
Oh, it's a way better deal,
but
now
it's working
than it
okay,
was.
So far until those pipes break and shit. And that's not going to be good because we're dealing with 20, 30, 50-year-old pipes. Plumbing is old.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be refixed, refactored,
Just,
manufactured,
maintenance,
fixed, maintenance. Yeah.
I wonder what the life expectancy on pipes is.
I don't know. It depends on
Like
the
how
material
long-
it's made
yeah.
out of and what's going through it. I'm guessing
Life expectancy.
poo and
like
pee
it's like
is-
an organism that's alive underground.
Well, it's no, it's not that. It's not life. But things
No,
like
I
life
just mean like when you hear
expectancies.
life expectancy, you would think that you're attributing it to something that's actually a living organism, not an inanimate steel or iron or whatever it's made out of object that's in the ground to transport your poo from
heretofore. That stuff is not alive, but the poo is alive.
This is why I like not having a topic when we go into these conversations. This is a really fun
didn't expect
just
to-
poo and pee conversation.
We didn't plan that out.
Yeah.
The
Sanitation's important.
yeah, for sure. I gotta kind of pee right now. I'm not going to.
Just talking about it, it makes it come up.
I hate my bladder. It fucking sucks dick. Wait, that's weird. That's a weird concept. But no, so I'll have to like I'll be fine for like hours and hours and hours like a normal human being, who doesn't pee every 10 minutes. And then the second I have something important to do, like it's something that takes time like this, all I can do is think about my bladder. And I'm like, I gotta pee. I just went pee. I gotta pee. I haven't been drinking much. It's just like I'm like psychologically impaired when it comes to my urine. Like I'll just the second a time commitment is involved, I have to go pee a billion times in a row. It's retarded.
I have that problem if I'm traveling with taking a shit. I'm just like,
You're like-
I'm about to go on the road for hours. I really
So
need
you
to
worry about it.
take a dump.
But if you
before I
weren't
leave.
thinking about it, you wouldn't be worried about taking a
I know. And the problem is that I'm trying to I try to think about it in advance so I can I just take a shit before I leave.
Yeah.
But
then you think about it
go
too
sit on the
much.
toilet and I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't have to poop right now.
And then you push and it doesn't happen. Yeah. It's not good. Pooing is the one thing that you just have to let happen.
Yeah.
You can't force that shit. It's bad for you to do that. Oh,
Yeah.
pooping sucks. God, what annoyance.
It sucked because when I had to go back and forth to Salem for my training, I have such a regular schedule in the morning, and I was literally going to be on the road
Right at poop
during
time.
that time.
Yeah.
And so I was trying my best to adjust my internal function to just an hour earlier so that I could take care of it
a ton
before
of
I
bread
left.
or something to stuff you up.
And luckily there was only one day that I I don't think I've ever been so close to shitting my pants before in my life. I was doing a funky walk when I got out of my car when I got there and had to rush into the mall and find the nearest
very
bathroom.
terrifying. It's if we could just poop on the side of the road, I wouldn't have as much of a problem. But
I had a backup plan. I have a couple of plastic sacks in my car. So instead of just letting garbage pile up, I have a plastic sack
that
that
you
I just
fill
throw everything
trash,
in, and once it's full, I just take it. And I was like, well, I guess I can just pull off to the side of the road and shit in a sack. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you could shit in a bag.
Then
that's
I'll
very
just have fucking poo bag
You're
in
like
my
a
car,
dog,
but-
you know. You're like a dog where you got to poo and then you got the bag and you pick up your own poo. Like, why do you need to be picking up poo? I don't really get the whole picking up poo thing. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. If you live in a world where dogs exist, expect some dog poop around the world. There'll be dog poop somewhere.
It doesn't bother me a whole lot if it's
So what?
if it's like beside the sidewalk, but there is like dog
On the
shit
sidewalk
on the
is
sidewalk
kind of
sometimes,
stupid.
and that pisses me off.
But look where you're going.
Well, yeah,
This world
you
is
can
full of
see it
shit on the
coming.
sidewalks. I'm sorry, like, and shit on your shoe is like not that big of a deal. It sucks. It's annoying, but I don't know. You don't need to yell at me because I let my dog shit in your yard. I get it sucks for you, but fuck you. This is an animal. I'm just gonna run. I'll run away.
run away.
Fuck your goddamn manicured bullshit yard that's designed for no purpose but to look green. Poo is good for yards. It's fertilizer, and I think I'm doing everybody a service.
Well, I pick up my dog.
No, and I used to pick up my dog's poo most of the time.
I have like
too.
a roll of dog
But-
poop bags in every jacket that I
Yeah,
own.
yeah.
Because instead of
Well,
trying
now
to
you can
remember
use
to
it for
bring
yourself.
them with me,
You never
I
know. You might have to poop.
Well, I wasn't gonna. I was just gonna like somehow finagle just shitting in directly into the bag. I don't know how. It was like this weird contingency because I create contingency plans for everything.
Like a diaper, like
I
a
don't
really
know.
loose diaper, and you could tape it to your
It was
sides.
something I did not want to do, but I was like, I need a fucking plan if I don't make it. Like that was.
You know
that was where I was
how
at.
Louis C.K. Louis, I call him Louis. Louis C.K.
We're
has a
personal.
joke about how when he has to take a shit, it's an emergency every time. Like it doesn't matter. And I totally understand that feeling. Like I have had lots of issues, and sometimes it's like I kind of waited a little longer than I should have, and I.
It used to be that way for me before I started eating a lot better. Now that I've started eating a lot better, it's not a problem at all.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're eating shitty food, you're like he says, you're just in a constant 48-hour window of diarrhea.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if you're not eating well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I had that issue for a long time where it was like I was just eating the wrong stuff, and now that I have it under control, it's like maybe once a month I'll have an issue, but it's not fun.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like I don't even care what I'm doing. Like I'll be at work, and I don't even have the time to tell someone. I'm just like I gotta go. Like I just gotta go. I don't even care, and I don't want to run because somebody running to a restroom is pretty obvious what they're doing, and I don't want to look like that guy. But at the same time, like I need to run to somewhere where this can be, like acceptably like located.
I've only had to run to a bathroom once, and we were in a Walmart, and it just hit me out of literally nowhere. I was like, fine 1 second, and then I was like, oh my god, like where's the bathroom? And I remember like. It hit me so hard. I'm just like, I was probably like 13 or 12 or something. I'm like half running to the bathroom, just farting the whole way. And everybody keeps looking over at me because I'm like, it was fucking embarrassing. It was embarrassing, but I just couldn't. I remember getting into the bathroom and letting it all go, and then I just started laughing at myself because it's how so fucking ridiculous it was.
It is pretty funny.
It is.
Yeah.
But it was fucking embarrassing when you're like, oh, sorry.
Oh god. Oh, I'm not right. Yeah. Like, shit. What are you gonna do?
This isn't normally something I do. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for the weird. You're totally barely affected. Fuck you, people.
Anyway, poop stories. Those are fun.
It's embarrassing. It can be for sure.
Why is poop so funny? I can't ever think about.
Because it's silly.
I don't know.
It's like
It's
material
hilarious.
coming out of your butthole. It's fucking retarded. It's super silly. It's farting that's more funny than pooping.
Yeah.
Pooping is just kind of like you have to do some work to make it funny. Whereas like a good story, but like farting is just in and of itself great and hilarious. I mean, think about it's only funny because when someone farts, you're thinking about a butthole going like moving. It's like physical thing. And that like they ate. There's like a whole process to the whole thing. It's like an important thing.
You smell their farts really.
What also I think is good. I think farting is good. I also think like it's an indicator of like that the person's alive, that they're eating. You can tell that they're eating good foods because good food makes you're gonna process it a little bit faster, and it usually creates gases. And so like fruits and vegetables all create a ton of farting, and those are really good for you. And meats do too, but those farts smell so horrible. But a good veggie fruit fart is not that bad.
Yeah.
It's really not.
You don't even smell them.
Yeah.
Like, when we have salad and stuff,
Yeah.
my wife and I will just fart all.
Yeah, it's
but
just,
you don't
but
even
it's
smell
not
it.
that
It's just-
bad. because
you're
it,
just like,
it
oh.
reflects what they're eating. So I think it's like we smell a fart, and it's a reflection of the health of the person that did it. And I think biologically and evolutionarily, there's some aspect to that. Like it's somewhat beneficial that we fart and stuff. Like socially speaking, I guess. I don't know. I'm just making this up.
Smells really
I'm making
terrible.
this up on
Do
the
we
spot.
need to go to the hospital?
Yeah,
That
maybe
smells
you're
really
sick
bad.
and dying. I don't know. I mean, it smells like
It was always. I had the worst farts before.
Yeah.
That was like that's like almost one of my favorite things about eating so much better
bad?
over the last year is that I don't make my wife's life a living hell.
Yeah,
Because there were some nights
Yeah.
where I was like, oh my god, what? I should not have had Pizza Hut. This
Yeah.
is destroying me from the inside out. Literally, it's escaping.
your body's like just turning that bullshit into gas.
And diarrhea and misery and filth.
Yep. And then you put it in your hand and you
Never
throw
have
it.
done that,
And you
but
throw it. No?
the closest I've ever come to that is wiping my butt and then my finger tearing through the toilet paper.
Oh, don't.
And then you're just like, fuck. Like,
that shit-
in the moment that happens, you're just
That is the
"Son of
worst
a
thing
bitch."
everywhere because now you are quarantining that entire hand and you can't use it to flush. You can't
You're
use it
trying
to
to, like,
wash.
pull your
you
pants
can't.
up
You gotta go halfway, and then you're in public and you're just like, no, it's the poo hand issue. I got the poo hand, and yeah, that is terrible. And honestly, I don't know. We got to come up with a better solution or have bidets everywhere. Like, I don't know. There's some
With
gross
a
stuff going
bidet,
on.
don't you still want something to like wipe the water away, and so you don't just have like a squishy
Yeah, but
tissue
that's
the whole time?
That's way better. Like
I guess that's true.
To
'cause
use
then
a
that's
piece
just,
of
like one wipe to
a
just
paper
wipe it
a
all
piece of
away.
paper towel for water is different than like a lot of toilet paper for a lot of poo that you've got all over your butt crack.
Just
Was it front to back to front? How do you do it?
huh?
Do you
Front
go
to
from the
back. I
side?
don't want that shit building up on my ball sack, so I
No,
go
you always
front
go
to back.
You always go front to back. That's the fucking way it goes.
There are people in the world who probably go back to front because they're retarded.
I don't know.
but-
Like you have to go. It's such a more effort. Just kind of lean a little bit and then go. Like I don't know. It seems like it works. I go on the side and I go from left to right.
just
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I do.
just
I
like-
just
you
dab.
use a water
I just
tube.
dab. I spit on it and then I dab. Just real soft. Just no. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. And then you got to look, make sure there's nothing, not as much there. It's there's an
Yeah.
acceptable amount. It's like 4%, I think. 4% poo content of toilet paper, and you can leave.
Yeah, you're
any
just
more than
like-
that, and you gotta like keep working at it.
There's nothing worse than just continuously wiping, and for some reason there's just
It's never
constantly
going to-
shit on there, and you're just like, is this ever gonna end?
Yeah.
You flush the toilet like 4 times, and you're just like,
I just need to go home and take a shower. This is a problem.
I just need to spread my cheeks and
Yeah,
just blow
yeah.
like high pressure
Can
water.
you just
at
like get
my
the
butthole.
next person like, hey, can you come help me with something? I realize this is weird. Yeah, it can be.